Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to another SOULution Sunday, because the soul, the grand beings of light that we are, is the SOULution. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, which is now in its 10th anniversary edition. Today, I'm here with my friend Corinne Badenhorst from South Africa. Woohoo! We are an international, multi-dimensional, multinational show here. Corinne is a wellness and healthcare innovation professional. She is a pioneer of entrepreneurial wellness and a qualified occupational therapist. She is the creator of corporate wellness programs and has conducted tens of thousands of wellness presentations and group therapy counseling sessions. We are here with Corinne today because she is going to tell us about the thing that she has developed called the 369 Quantum Soak Method. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry, I don't either. We're going to learn together. So Corinne, welcome.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you. Thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it. Always nice seeing you, and having a chat with you is always very enlightening.
Oh, it's so much fun. It was great having you on before, and I'm super happy that you have chosen to come back again with us to tell our audience more about what it is you do and what it is you have developed. So I am really curious about this 369 quantum soak method. So where would you like to start telling us about it?
Lisa, I think what actually caused me to look into 369 a little bit more was what Tesla said. Was if you, what did he say again? That if you wanted to know more about the universe, then you should look into frequencies. So this intangible frequencies, vibrations, emotions, thoughts, quantum actually is something that I've been looking into the past 11 years, 10 years, yes, and that actually set me onto a path of metaphysical psychology, and I've started to study that, and I've been qualified through the Heart Math Institute as well. So I was starting to move a little bit outside of the conventional, and it was actually triggered by my own life story and my own things that needed to be healed and needed to be clarified. And every time that I've sat in my quiet times trying to find solutions, it always took me from ancient scripts to quantum physics. So I just wanted to know, isn't there something tangible or something that I can apply to my life that will make a difference? Because all of this always sounds to be so far out that it was a bit difficult for me to bring it home and to apply it to my own life and to actually see a difference. So then in the past 10 or 12 years, I think this 369 actually developed without me knowing that is what's happening. But it was just, yeah. So that is actually, I think the 369 is putting action and words to some of the things out there that we know it is there, the frequencies and vibrations, but we don't know maybe how to apply it physically to improve our lives.
Yeah, I love that. You know, isn't it so true that our greatest life challenges are the things that push us into discovering the solutions?
Yeah, and that is actually if we are willing to ask the questions, isn't it? Otherwise, you will just build a pile of defense mechanisms on your wound, and you'll have this other frequency going out there. So that is the thing that was revealed to me in 2012, where when we get wounded, emotionally wounded, then actually our spirit and our soul gets wounded. And if we don't heal it, we like erect like a Tower of Babel on top of that. And that is actually to keep the world out and to try to to reach the heavenlies on our own, but that is not actually the way to go, because you'll get winded, and then you'll get all this soul structures on top of that. So at the end, it will look like one concrete jungle, and you will not have the life that you actually would want to have, because of this, all of this going on. There's actually, like, I've seen your movie, by the way, which is really great. And you said something that when trauma happened, it's like all of this density came down on you. It's like, and that is what I mean by this. You've got this concrete jungle going on in your soul, with all this dense energies of all the structures, the cognitive structures that you try to suppress, all the hurt. You have to, and it's actually two polarities going on in our inside. So so that is actually something that helped me to understand it a little bit better, is just to heal, so that we can actually move on.
Exactly. You know, as humans, we've been taught to focus just on the density, on the physical stuff. And we have been taught to ignore the non-physical stuff, the energy, the frequency, but we are non-physical beings. We are souls in bodies having a physical experience. So by being programmed to ignore the non-physical stuff, we're literally being programmed to ignore the rest of who we are. We're being taught to ignore where our actual power is. So, and our power is in our ability to clear the density. So every time, you know, every time life knocks us upside the head, it's like we get a rock, you know, thrown at us. That's the trauma. But then that rock stays there. And every single rock accumulates more and more density, more fear, more doubt, more guilt, more shame, more blame, until we're so depressed that we don't know what to do. And we're living in fear and doubt. And our life is a mess because the life is reflecting our energy. We've never been taught how to get rid of those rocks, how to neutralize those traumas.
Yeah, it's like a wound. If we don't get rid of it, it's like a wound that never stops oozing. And that was actually my quest, because I think I was wounded so badly that I just couldn't stop till I felt like I'm having a life. So the other day I was sitting and I realized it's like the different states of water. It's like gas,
Yes,
it's a liquid, and it can be ice. So this is like that. So I think the gas is all over the place, but it cannot be contained, and that's why I think we were kept away from that, because it is so hard to contain or to control, then, for that matter. But I think that is how manifestation works as well. It starts out as a gas, and then takes on the form of liquid, and then you see the tangible, or the manifestation, the ice. So that was quite something. So yeah, the 369 is taking what is unseen and preparing or blessing the body with it. But if we'll talk about that now.
Beautiful. Like, you know, our bodies have had such a bad rap because every pain, every lump, every bump, every symptom, we have been taught to be afraid. We have been taught that our bodies are being attacked by diseases and that our bodies are going to kill us and that we have to kill whatever it is that's attacking our bodies. So our poor bodies, we have been really separated from our bodies, and we have been taught to really hate or distrust our bodies. Talking, with all of the media, it's like, well, you have to look like this movie star, or you have to look like the cover model on the magazine, or you're ugly, or all of the messages that get sent out that make us feel bad in and about our bodies. So our poor bodies take the rap, and then they show the wounds that we have been suffering. And then we're taught that those wounds are diseases attacking us. And this is just simply not true. Like, so we have to learn how to love our bodies and bless our bodies. So I love that you say that.
Yeah, and actually maybe changing the frequency of our bodies. Because I think our bodies, I think, is the greatest spiritual tool that's ever invented. And it's like a tuning fork. So I think it is, our bodies are the greatest tuning fork, I think, out there, because it's got not just cells, it's got an energy blueprint as well. And so I heard this talk about a doctor that said that our bodies regenerate cells every day. So there's the stem cells that's flooding into the body, and that actually becomes a cell the body needs. It differentiates into something else, into a muscle cell, bone cell, whatever. And then he said, so he got asked then why people still have gut problems or gut ulcers if the stomach lining recreates in about 3 days. And he said it's because of the energy blueprint, that the petri dish, the energy blueprint wherein the cells recreate themselves. So, and when he said that, then another penny dropped of this 369 method of mine. So every time when I learn something new, then I understand the method also a little bit better. Because it's something that was created over years in my own life, but it's also something that's really new. So new in the sense of it's not being tested by some other pharmaceutical company, but it's age-old, ancient, I think, ancient methods, information, maybe just put together. So if you'd like, then I'll start, then we can maybe go through it from the 3, 6, and the 9, and I'll maybe explain how to do it, and yeah, what the different numbers stands for.
That would be great. Thanks. This is exciting. I'm always happy to learn something new. Yay.
Yeah, and I think the thing about, I think that this information overload century, or what, I'm not sure how to call it, we are in the information overload. Yeah. I think it's the proof will be in the pudding. If once you have applied it and constantly applied it, then you start to reap the benefits of it, because it actually works on your autonomic nervous system. And the way I've realized that is through my studies through the HeartMath Institute, and also vagus nerve courses that I've done. So I was also always very interested in the body as part of our triune being. We are body, soul, and spirit, and the body is also part of this mystical soul and spirit of us. So we cannot ignore the spirituality of the body in a sense. So as soon as we know that, we can actually start to, I think, embrace that maybe. So that's why I also like the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton and Rick Braden and Dr. Zach Bush, because they all started to integrate the spirituality and the science with the body. And that actually started to equip me and to empower me. And maybe this is what this can do for other people as well. So so it starts off, it's actually, I don't know if you appreciate numbers, but I've been into numbers for many years, and I know all of them's got each their specific meaning. So, but by the end of at the end, when I calculated 3, 6, and 9, I actually realized it's 18, and 18 also means physical restoration. So it was actually quite profound. But it's an exercise that you'll do maybe in your quiet time or as a meditative exercise, because sometimes meditation is a bit hard for us to shut down the brain and try to do. This is a bit more practical. So so it's about I'll set my little alarm for the 3 minutes. So the 3 minutes part, you'll take out your journal and you'll write down your intention, because intention is very powerful. As you know. Yeah, so intention is actually the directing of subtle energies. So if we put our intention out there, it starts to direct subtle energies. And it also is like a laser. It actually reflects back to the universe, or what we actually have inside. But intention is actually a power. So there's loads of studies about intention, like Lynn McTaggart, and wasn't she in your movie as well?
Yes, she was.
Was she?
The inside.
She was.
Yes, how the body itself.
Yeah. So intention is actually where I join my thought and or my goal for the session and my emotion. So usually you have to feel the way you would like to feel if you would have reached that goal already. So I will take 3 minutes. I will write down my intention for the session. So maybe the intention could be something, it should be very specific. It could be something like, I want to feel more connected with myself, or to my inner self, or to whatever. Or I've got this pain that I would like to settle. So you set down your intention and you write it down, and you just experience this feeling that you will experience as if you already received that, or the feeling as if your intention was already met. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that is the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, because we are creators. This is who and what we are by nature. We are creating in every moment of every day, but we don't realize that we are creating. So we just go along reacting to life. So we just keep creating more of the same things because that's what we're focusing on. So in order for us to actually generate a new reality, whether that's healing our bodies or creating money or generating new relationships, like we have to be able to envision that. We have to be able to focus on it and set the intention so that we are moving in that direction. We're clear about what it is we choose to create.
Yeah, I agree exactly, because I see it this way. It's like those glass pyramids, triangle glass pyramids. So when the sun shines on it, it will break out as a rainbow. So intention to me is that process. Okay, so but it has to be a ray of light. If I put my crystal here under my table, or my your glass pyramid or something under my table, then it will not produce a rainbow. But if I put it in the sun and I've got this clear intention coming into it, then it breaks out as a rainbow. So that is what intention is to me. So you've got this vision that plays around in you and then breaks out as the rainbow. So that's what you'll do for your 3 minutes. So if you've done in a minute's time, then there's a little bit breathing exercise that goes with that will reset your nervous system. So there's different kind of breathing. to do different kinds of things. So you'll do a nervous system reset breathing for the remainder of the time. So that is what the 3-minute ones is about. So it's actually good to have a journal and to write your visions in there, and then you can do the 369 on every vision of yours. So to make it more practical, it's making a vision board, and you do the 369 on each of the pictures. So that could be something practical to do. That's something that I try. Okay, so Lisa, the 6-minute part is actually the greatest stretch for me. It actually, because it expects from you to expand your soul in the sense of to surrender. So you feel the feeling of surrender for 6 minutes long while you are doing a coherence breathing. So the coherence breathing will actually help you to feel surrender more fully, because in coherence breathing, our vagus nerve starts to do its magical thing. So you go into another brain state, and also the parasympathetic nervous system is now running the show. And so it is easier for you just to relax a little bit more. So a coherence breathing method will be, for example, 4 minutes, 4 count, not minutes, 4 seconds in through the nose, and 6 counts out. So you'll just keep on breathing like that, slow and rhythmic, while you just experience surrender. So why would we want to surrender our intention? It is because, like in The Alchemist, they wrote that the universe will conspire on your behalf, because we don't know the how. We don't know the how, and we can only figure out the how within our own little box. But by surrendering, you open up to this, the power that's out there that can actually do so much more that you can think or imagine. So it's actually, to me, surrendering to God, so that my little plans and the things that I know how, I just surrender, because I know there's infinite more potential out there. And then I also know what's supposed to come my way will find its way, because I opened up for it to find me, in a sense. Okay, so that is what I mean by surrender, that I don't count on my own power. So, and sometimes it's a hard exercise for us, because controlling is the only security and false sense of security that we think we have. So if we surrender, we can actually accept this surrender with gratitude, and then we still doing the coherence breathing, because then you actually align with whatever is out there, which is infinite, and so much more than, like I said, we can think or actually imagine or even ask for. So maybe the intention can show up in different ways now, once I've surrendered, and maybe I can actually see that it arrived, because if I've got a certain given idea how I think it should look, then I might maybe miss it. So surrender is what do you think about surrendering?
Well, I love that. I think that for me, it just simply means letting go of all of the walls, like letting go of anything that might be in the way, blocking the receiving of our intention, because we have been controlled for so long in this society. Follow the rules, do this, do that, that we feel like, uh-oh, I have to try to control my surroundings, because I need to be in control so that I'm not being controlled. But it's not about, creation isn't about control. It's about ask and it is given. That's literally universal law. But if we have doubt or fear or insecurity, or I don't know if I can receive that, I don't know if I'm worthy of that, but I don't know what it looks like. All of those things are like little walls that we put up that block the flow of the energy. So we need to, in order to receive that which we want to create, we have to be completely open to receive in however that shows up, from whatever direction it shows up. So by sitting and breathing, we can start to tune in to the universe within. And at some point, there's a point at which we realize, well, of course I will receive this because it's all me. I am asking and I am giving to myself. Like it's all me. So of course I would receive this.
Yeah, I think that is a good way to look at it, Lisa. And what I like, what I'm thinking now is it's actually always a good place to start. Maybe first on the question of who am I? So that should always be our foundation. Maybe that can be our first intention and exercise. But then I'm very excited about number 9, or not number 9, the 9-minute part. So it might feel like this is now long, but that is actually, it goes by the quickest, and I always carry on afterward. That is actually to soak your nervous system, but also through the meridians of the body, and also the places where the nerve system and the endocrine system meet one another. So it's as if you start to prepare the vessel to receive. So it's like, so that you could hold this new thing, actually you have to align your body's frequency with the frequency of the intention. So say the intention is something good, but my body feels lethargic and without any energy. I think it's a bit difficult for me to receive that as well. So with this way, we can actually prepare the body for the physical manifestation of the intention. So this is something that it's difficult for me to do or to demonstrate now, but it is just about using your hands and moving at different parts of your body while holding your intention. So it will actually work on the magnetic fields that is in the certain areas of our bodies. So you will sometimes feel a pull over here, and then you'll keep it over here, your hands, but you never touch it. You always like an inch away from the body, and then you receive your intention, as you feel that gratitude as if you're receiving your intention, and you know that your body is a conduit of the unseen. So what you're just now doing is aligning your nervous system as well. So you'll be using your hands for 9 minutes, different points on the body, where you will just breathe in the intention, but you'll feel sometimes that there is a certain pull where you hold your hands, and then you'll know that is the place where you need to work more today. So say I feel a little pull here, then I'll feel my intention and I'll be grateful for it, but then I'll also breathe coherently till the pull dissipates. And then you'll go to the next part of the body, next place where you use your hands to feel the pull, and then breathe into it and wait for it to dissipate. So you use it on different places on the body, and like I've said, before the 9 minutes is over, the 9 minutes will be over before you actually feel done. So you can carry on, but it's just until you're finished. And sometimes you'll feel the need to just focus on one area for a while, and not even go to the other centers where you use your hands on the meridians and on the areas that I've explained. So it's actually quite really amazing to do it, and you feel really that your nervous system got a proper soak after you've done that. But like I've said, it is actually quite a very special and amazing kind of meditation, but with this quantum movement that you actually point towards certain parts of your body. So that will have the result of increasing the frequency of your body, and actually have you going towards the parasympathetic cycle a little bit more. And it will also prepare you to be on the place of reception. So that maybe, so if you think about a radio station, so it just tunes my body into alignment so that I'm in tune with the intention for that to find me. So that is actually where the gas can actually become a piece of ice or something like that. It can manifest into something. So it's actually quite a very special technique to me. And the clients that I've used it on actually experience great revelations or epiphanies, if you like, while doing it. And also what it does to the nervous system is profound, because it actually gets it into deep relaxation and actually tuning up your energy or your frequency or your vibration for that matter. So that is what the 369 is in a nutshell all about.
Wow, I really like that. And I like that you're really using your hands to feel the energy, because we have more than one body. We have a physical body, and we have many layers of our non-physical body, which is our energy body. And we're not taught how to manage our energy body. We're not even taught that we have an energy body, right? That's something that we all have to discover on our own, because it's not going to be posted on the news. So like, we have to discover all the rest of who we are. We have to discover our non-physical self. So by managing the energy centers in our body and starting to feel the energy, we start to smooth out the wobbles or the ripples in the non-physical layers of ourself. Because newsflash, our physical bodies are reflecting the non-physical body. So
Yeah.
when our non-physical body has a bunch of dings and dents and bumps and lumps and places where it's all balled up, then the energy gets distorted. And instead of having clear communication, we have a distorted communication.
Yeah.
So we think that we're asking for good health, or we think that we're asking for, what we're wanting, but instead, when that energy is all twisted and knotted up, we're actually asking the opposite of what we think we are. So it's really, really important to start using your hands, using your awareness, however this is. But in your method, you're using your hands to start feeling into the energy body.
Yeah, and like Dr. Zach Bush, actually, that was the doctor I was referring a bit earlier on to, but he actually said we have to change the energetic blueprint of our bodies for the cells to be able to regenerate in a healthy way as well. So, and I think this is exactly what this is doing.
Yeah, and I look at it, our bodies have an energetic blueprint, and it's just the restoring of that. It's clearing out all of the knots, all of the distortions that are causing the physical manifestation of distortion. So, like, I teach that the blueprint is always the blueprint. Like, the blueprint doesn't change, but we can distort it. We can take the blueprint on a piece of paper and we can wad up the piece of paper and it looks all lumpy and bumpy, but it's still the blueprint.
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, so that's what it's all about, and it's actually quite a lovely daily practice to add to your day for your emotional, spiritual, and I would think energetic health. So yeah, that's actually lovely to share with you, because every time you share it, actually you get to think a little bit more about it again.
Yeah, you're talking in the beginning, you mentioned, the quantum field and quantum physics. People, I think, have some like crazy idea about quantum physics, that it's something for these real brainy people that only really brainy people can understand. And, when I started on my spiritual journey and I started to notice energy and I started to notice what was actually going on, I started to realize, like, oh my gosh, I'm a quantum physicist. Like, I can see the quantum realm. Like, I can see how energy works. Like, we're all
Mm,
quantum physicists if we start to
mm,
actually notice the non-physical realms. The quantum realm is simply the non-physical realm. And there are so many different layers of
yeah,
it that we can focus on. But it's just
yeah,
getting our focus on the non-physical, because we have been so conditioned out of utilizing our imagination. The
mm,
imagination is the tool that we use to see images from the non-physical realm.
mm,
Imagination is bringing images into focus so that we
mm,
can see them. Just because the images that we see are not physical doesn't mean that they're not real. So
yeah,
when we're doing the 9 minutes and we're really focused on what we're feeling in our hands, if we close our eyes, we can really see those pulls of energy that you're talking about, where the energy is clumped up or not flowing properly. We actually
mm,
have the ability to see that.
yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
Like, and seeing is about becoming aware. I think there's a very a lot of people say, I can't see, like, I don't have, I'm not clairvoyant, I can't see these things. Well, it's not really about seeing like we see with our eyes. It's simply about becoming aware of
Mm,
something. So that's the seeing that we're talking about, is simply becoming aware of the
yeah,
non-physical, the energy, so that we
yeah,
can manage our energy.
yeah, and spend it wisely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes. Because
yeah,
we're each bringing our life. The life that we're living right now is the life that we have been imagining. It's the life that we have been focusing on. It's the
yeah,
images that we focus on. If we want to create something different, we have to image differently. We have to see and focus differently.
yeah. And I also think we entangle ourselves unknowingly to loads of things. So
Yes.
if we start to do this on a more deliberate or intentional again way, then our outcomes might look a little bit different.
Absolutely. Yes, we are inundated with images all day, every day, whether we're out
Mm,
walking in nature or whether we're glued to the television, glued to the news. Like, all of those images, what we see, what we focus on, is what we end up generating and creating for ourselves. So we have to become very wise in how we spend our energy, just like you were saying, and what we focus on, to be
yeah.
really aware of that.
Thank you again for having me and having this great discussion and getting me to think about different things again, like usual. So yeah, I hope it can mean something to someone, and maybe yeah, maybe resonates with somebody out there.
Absolutely. Every single conversation, we can all learn things from everything. And
Yeah,
it's it's just such a joy to be able to have these different types of conversations and to be able to learn from different people and learn new things. So Corinne, thank you so much for bringing this 369 quantum soak method to our awareness today.
Thank you, Lisa. You're welcome.
So if somebody would like to do the 369 quantum soak method with you, how do they do that? How do they reach out to you?
Lisa, they can drop me an email and we can make an appointment if they'd like.
Great.
So there's also my website where I think it's working now, where they can actually just log or drop me a message there. But then they can first send me a message, and then we can make appointments from there.
Awesome. So tell us your email address.
It is avantconnect@gmail.com, or it's www.corinnebadenhorst.co.za. So I could perhaps WhatsApp, send it to you on Telegram. So for the spelling's sake, if you'd like, and then you can use it.
Yes. If you are watching on YouTube or listening on Connecting You to You radio, simply check the show notes and all of the links will be there. So you can reach out to Corinne and have a beautiful session in the 369 quantum soak method. And Corinne, is this something that people can do by themselves at home once they've learned the method?
Yes, I think that is the beauty of it, and I think that is my heart as well, to not create dependency on someone or something, but for you to be equipped to be able to do it yourself. Definitely, yes, that will actually the number one goal. So usually maybe requires 3 sessions with me. So just to make sure we get all the things straight, but after that, it's something you can do on your own, definitely.
I love that, to empower our clientele to be able to not need us, to be able to do these things ourselves. Because ultimately we are grand creator beings and we have the ability to do all of this ourselves. But from the human perspective, since we have forgotten that we are grand beings of light, we have to learn, we have to teach ourselves, and we have to unlearn all the things that have limited us and caused us to forget that we are these grand beings of light.
Yes, and I think the beauty of different people is we all actually offer one another a key to open up another lock in our lives. So this could just serve as a key to unlock some great potential for somebody else. So I will just provide the key.
I love that. That is what I do as well. It's just beautiful to be able to see the people who are really truly making a difference on this planet are the ones who are helping to set humanity free, giving the keys to open these doors that have been locked for so long.
Thank you, Lisa.
Corinne, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And it's just so nice to be able to connect both sides of the world here.
Well, the sun has gone down, as you can see, and my lightning is so different. So now it's officially nighttime in South Africa.
Beautiful. Well, we really appreciate you coming in and spending time with us on SOULution Sundays. And I know that you'll be back again at some point because we have wonderful conversations and it's always very enlightening and empowering to have these conversations with you. So thank you for visiting us again today.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely day further. I think it's day by you.
Yes, and to everyone who has been listening today, thank you so much for joining us for another SOULution Sunday. My name is Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, now in its 10th anniversary edition. And you can find me at connectingyoutoyou.com. Thanks so much for joining us this week, everyone. Until next week, create for yourselves a great week. Bye for now.